everybody.
Hey!
We are here.
How are
Episode
ya?
25.
Woo, 25.
Yo.
And
Yo.
we got another guest chair this week. Anthony is saving Canada from flooding and
Chaos.
making a difference with the plumbing. And we got our guest, Big Tim, back in the guest chair. Tim, how are you?
How are you, Tim?
Guys, I am absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for having me back. You're right. Anthony is saving our country one pipe wrench at a time.
They're gonna have like a Canada Day named like Saint Anthony Day or something.
Well, we have Family
Anthony.
Day.
Yeah.
Oh, Family Day.
Exactly.
Oh, Anthony. We have Family Day coming up here in February. I think March is going to be Anthony Day. So that's just where we're headed.
Yeah, I think so. This guy is really pulling his wings now, so that's good. That's not a bad.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
Poor guy.
How's everybody been? I think all of us, I think, got hit with some snow this
Big
past.
snow.
Oh, yeah.
few days.
Yeah.
Tim, what did you get? What did you guys end up getting?
I think we got. I'm trying to think of the conversion for my American friends, but I think we got like a foot of snow.
Gotcha.
And it was all within a few hours. So
Yeah.
I was off midnight shift and boom, the front step was gone. The walkways were gone. So
You got a shovel or you got a snow blower?
I've got teenagers. Get out there and
Nice.
shovel.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
That's the best. Set them to work.
Yeah. They're like a snow blower. It's hard to get them going, but get out there and do it.
Exactly.
That's a good one.
Stace, what'd you guys end up suffering under?
You know what? We got a forecast of like Armageddon. They were like 18 to 24. Everybody's gonna die. And we got like 7 inches of snow.
Right.
I'm like, seriously? And we're in New England, so that's nothing. But I couldn't stand the cold. I mean, Tim's been making fun of me, and my Canadian friends are making fun of me because I'm cold at 2 degrees. Which is minus 16 Celsius, Tim. There's no way that's not cold, but.
Well, listen, Stacy, once again, you have segued into something quite lovely. Our home office, this is a rarity. We're staying in the same location at Hot Coffee. Where's it, Mississippi?
Hot Coffee, Mississippi.
Yeah, we are still staying
Carol's in Mississippi.
Carol's been so good to us.
She is. Carol has been our liaison. She's been going back and forth. She's been settling in our crew there. And we have a big crew. We have a crew of about 3,700 people that put the Rocky
She's
Files
making
together.
Sandwiches for everybody.
She's
bringing us coffee.
She really is
amazing. It's amazing.
She has become somewhat of a matriarch of the home office.
Yeah.
And so, Carol, if you're watching, we're very, very grateful. And the paperwork is going through. You want to, you're going to be like the gypsy caravan, just following them around, taking care of them. So the money's good. You get a new Mercedes. You get a food docket. Okay, so it's all good. You stay up in a Marriott. That would be Bob Marriott's house. Okay, Bob Marriott. Yes, I don't know where I'm going. Maybe you have to live in the Mercedes. Just send all the bills to us, Carol. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stacy,
have you been doing any reading lately? Have there been any type of like new books you may be interested in, or you got?
Yes. So Tony C sent us along a idea because we were, talking about show ideas, new content. And so Tony C sent us this really cool list of things. And we decided that we need to prepare for Stump the Mic. Oh. So we have this follower named Rocco, and I was hoping I'd get it today, but I didn't. So I printed it out. I ordered this on Amazon, the Rocky Trivia book. It's over 300 questions. So we're gonna be reading some questions from the book when it comes in.
You'll see just how much I don't know.
I love the fact that she actually just didn't have the book. She printed off the paper. Remember the Seinfeld where they bought the chair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
George said, I thought we just all signed the picture. Yeah. I thought that was great. Like he didn't even get him a card. But Stacey, that's going to be a great book.
It's revived. I think it's arriving Friday. So what I was thinking, just to not always put Mike on the spot with all the questions, is that whoever our fourth person is, maybe we can get a copy for them, or
Yeah.
that person questions the three of us or something like that.
Sure.
So yeah. And what else? The only other thing for me really is just trying to think of an inspirational quote a day. So I started with "You owe yourself" Sunday, and then I did "Keep moving forward" Monday, and then I'm gonna do "I have the Tiger" Tuesday, and so forth. And maybe it's corny, but whatever. I'm trying to think of stuff.
It's better. It's better than the Sunday, the names Sue and I give each the days of the week. Like Sunday is pancake and ice cream bonanza.
Okay.
Monday is rigatoni Monday. Then on Tuesday it's always food. So I think we could probably use some inspirational quotes. So I say go for it Friday.
Go for it Friday. Oh,
Who
go
knows?
for it Friday. That's a good one, because I was doing Adrian Factor Friday. We'll see. I can mix it up every week. Who cares?
I like the mixing it up.
Yep,
I think
we'll mix
that's
it
the
up.
way to do it.
Yeah.
Of course, we won't know what day of the week it is if we do that, but that's okay. We go, who needs to know the days of the week, man? It's all the same. There's vowels, all right, letters, it's all the same.
Those are just details, right?
Right.
Like Rocky says, they're just
Sure,
details.
it's nice. It's just
I'm
details.
sure it's nice.
Listen, could you go over there? I got to speak secretly with my wife. Hey, listen, Tim.
You got some cool stuff.
You got some cool stuff. You got some magazines laying around there. What do you got there, pal?
You know what? I think I might. So the theme lately, if everybody's been following Mike and John Rivioli on Instagram,
Rivoli.
I apologize,
Rivoli.
John. Rivoli. Thank you, Mike. Is the old footage and videos of Sly and the pictures that have been coming in.
Yeah.
Tony C's been posting some great pictures.
Great stuff.
So, I thought to myself, I'm going to go through the boxes. I know I have some magazines. So I pulled out my Sly magazines that he did back in the early 2000s. I think everybody can see that here.
Wow.
So there's that
That's
one.
Great
cool
stuff.
And they did four issues here. You can get it on camera. 4 issues and a little bit of everything, relationship advice, the movies. But one of the neat things is, and I'm just going to pull it up here, he had the early concept for Rocky Balboa, right?
Sure did.
And
Rocky versus XL.
There's a little bit of the script's a little bit different. And Mike just said, and it's a screenplay, the earliest screenplay of Rocky Balboa. I was so excited when these magazines come out, and I wish you had kept doing them. They were fantastic. They were pretty hard to get here in Canada.
Can you show those again? Yeah, hold those up
sure
again. Because I want to make your square a little bigger so we can see the detail there.
So here's issue number 1.
Nice.
Right.
Wow.
And then
have you had these all along, or how'd you get a hold of these?
I bought them. I went to every news store in Kingston.
Right.
I was a couple of the places they would get them, but they only got one or 2 copies.
Right.
So I was there, I'm there waiting for the guy to open the store.
Yeah, right.
And I said, look, I want this, I want to get more copies. He only had 1 or 2 copies, so it was fantastic. I just enjoyed it.
Wow.
Walmart carried them here in the States, other places as well. And it was one of the early ways. Sly was really smart about this. He had been out of the limelight, I guess you could say, for better part of 7-8 years, and he really wanted to test the waters and see if he could, what would it be like? What would people? How would they react to another Rocky? And so putting parts of the script out there, it really, really sparked online chat rooms, because there really was no Facebook or social media like 15 years ago. I mean, I think MySpace was around, but
oh wow, MySpace.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it really had captivated a lot of people. And of course, I think there was an ad in one of them for InStone, and it was a lot like what's that guy's magazine that's been out for a while now? It's
like GQ?
not GQ, it's another one.
Men's Health?
I guess a little bit like Men's Health, but there's another one I'm thinking of. But anyways, it did okay for a while. But the main, and they only had 4 magazines. But the thing is that he did what he accomplished, what he set out to do, and that was to reignite thoughts amongst fans about that. And then when he had done In Stone, and then he had done The Contender. I mean, it was all stepping stones for a massive comeback, and he never went away again. He didn't, and he followed up with Rambo and The Expendables, and he just kept on going, and it was very, very intelligent. There's a reason why the guy has been around, a long time.
Well, I mean, he adjusts himself into any industry quite nicely. You know what I'm saying?
Does.
And he kind of fits in it. Didn't he have like a fitness or workout book or fitness plan at some point?
Yeah, it was tied in with In Stone.
Yeah. And then did he ever do like protein shakes or anything?
Yep. That whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
There was pudding. I remember the In Stone pudding. He did. Yeah, he was into the bars.
Forza T for when men's testosterone drops after 40.
He was really, I think he was really ahead of the curve, because now you can't go into Costco or Walmart or anywhere and not see any of this protein powder. And
exactly.
I mean, you could get it at the bodybuilding places too, but all the grocery stores are selling them now. So
yeah, they really are great meal replacements. I have this one brand I get at Costco's. It's the chocolate, 30 grams of protein, and it's only like 120 calories. Yeah, that's not bad. It's like, I don't know, $20 or $22 for, I think, 25 of them or something. Yeah. So I mean, it's great. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, Sly was ahead of the curve, no doubt.
Yeah, real quick, the other magazine I have.
Oh yeah,
I bought that one there the day after I saw Rocky IV in 1985. That's the movie magazine, and I've had it ever since. Wow. It's got the recap of the movie. It touches on the first 3 films. Like I said, to me, that was, like I said, I bought that when I was 13 years old, and
you still got it.
I still got it. That's.
I was just gonna say, I can't believe it's such in great shape. You've kept it. Looks brand new. That's fabulous.
Yeah. Well, I just took it out of the plastic for this. So
yeah.
And what's that shot of? Do you know where that shot comes from?
That there is right. I believe that's where Apollo comes out to face Drago. I believe that's in his. No, I think it is. Is that
wrong?
Right?
Incorrect.
Oh, look, I
you're killing me. That was my guess.
I couldn't stump the mic.
This is actually Rocky at the grocery store with the black background. He's gone shopping. No, I'm teasing. Of course you got it right. When he's standing in the ring with the power to fight him.
Boom.
No, I just had to mess around. Speaking of messing around, Stacy, was there anybody that is coming by?
Yes, he is here.
Is that the door?
He's knocking. He's knocking. He's very impatient. Tim, you want to go? Well, no, Tim, you're maybe Stacy. You better go get him. I'll go get him.
You want to walk down the hallway and grab him from the green room?
Well, let me intro him. This gentleman, his name is Brian SYPHARD. He is just lovely. He's one of our original fans as well. He joined us pretty early, and I saw his posts and likes pretty early. Right. And he sent us his story. And everybody has stuff. Everybody's been through stuff, but every once in a while you hear a story and you're like, oh my.
Yeah.
And he needed that Rocky inspiration. He was also inspired by Mickey, hearing Mickey's voice, hearing Rocky's voice through some of this very, very difficult stuff. So Brian, here he comes. I'm going to go get him. Boom.
Okay.
Bring him on in.
Here you go. There he is.
Brian. Hey,
Brian. Yo, Brian.
Yo, look at the 4 yo-yos. Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. Clubhouse 2 nights.
Yeah, hang out with yo-yo people, you got yo-yo friends.
How you doing?
I love the background. Wow.
Yeah, great background.
It probably just takes up just a small space in Mike's background, but this is my background. So
listen, can you say Funko Pops? I mean,
yeah, Funko Pops. My wife got me every one of them.
Oh, you got one too, Stacy?
I got one.
Now, let me ask you, Brian, do you have the original ones from, I think, 2012?
I probably not.
Okay.
She started collecting. She likes all the 80s stuff, and so she was collecting all the Back to the Futures. And then she asked,
Oh, nice.
She asked about like a Rocky one. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" They just started popping up every time I come home. There's a box, an Amazon box on the door, and even my daughter's like, "She got you another box?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so I've got the Rockies, the Apollo. I finally got the Rocky with the chicken.
Oh yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I like that one. I did get that one. So yeah.
Nice. I noticed you've got the Jax figures. You've got the Rocky. What is that? The Rocky 3 up top.
I got the Rocky 3 up top. I've got some more stuff on the bottom. I got the Rambo shot glass with a bullet in it.
So I love that
beautiful.
one.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Can you show that one? I have never seen that. Let me see it. The Rambo.
My wife found a G.I. Joe Rambo.
Oh, cool.
And there's the right there.
I know it's the opposite.
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
That's on Sliced Alone Shop. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Literally a shot glass.
Yeah, love that.
I was going to get that one for my brother for Christmas, but they were sold out when I went to get it. So, and my brother's a big Rambo guy. So I maybe next Christmas I'll get it for him. Or now I'll ruin the surprise if he sees this now. Stacy, edit this out.
Okay.
So, Brian, of all the Rockies, this is a good way for me to understand what type of a fan you are. What's your favorite Rocky?
You know, it's funny. Since as I've gotten older, it changed. When I was a kid, my first exposure was Rocky 4. That got me, you know, it was this one big 90-minute just punch in the face, just boom. Yeah. And it got me working out, kind of got me through some tough stuff. As I've gotten older, it seems like a popular answer. I've got to go with Balboa. It's, you know, as I'll be 50 in August, and as I get older, you keep hearing people say, you need to slow down, you're this, you're that. And it just reminded me of like, no, I've got stuff left in the basement. I got stuff I still want to do. I'm not gonna stop. And it's just the thing that's with Rocky, it's just the one character that I cannot think of that you literally see him almost his whole life. From the age of 30 till like mixed age 75,
yeah.
And then possibly now the prequel. I mean, I can't think of one character you can literally see every single step. And I always felt it was somewhat, you know, biographical of what Stallone was going through. He's seen
very much
himself into the movies, and I always thought that was a real brave thing to do, to put the good stuff and the bad stuff.
Yeah. Right. For sure. Yeah, it was a very autobiographical journey. I think that Sly took Rocky on, and it was it all paid off. I mean, it really paid off. He knew no one cared about an out of work actor, but if he could make that into a boxer, a struggling boxer, now everyone can understand the dramatics of it, maybe. And the we all have to fight. We all got to fight through traffic, fight to get a raise at work. Sometimes you'll fight with your family, but fighting is something that's a universal theme that we all get.
Right.
Absolutely. That's what got me with the first one when I was younger. Yeah, you go through that point where you're getting bullied and things like that. And I remember the first Rocky was on, and I'd never seen it before. I'd only seen Rocky as the champ. I never saw him start from the bottom. And then I started watching that movie, and you see how in the beginning people were calling him a bum for fighting Spider Rico. Mick was telling me he fought like a gorilla. Goslin's driver was disrespecting him. You know, Little Marie just said, "Screw you, creepo." And I just sat there and watched this. I'm like, my God, that's me. You know, that's kind of what, you know, and just when he was kind of walking off after he, you know, told the driver, "I should have broke your thumb." He's walking off in the snow by himself in Philly. Yeah, I was like, man, if he can start from there and achieve all these things, then, I mean, damn, anybody can. If you just work hard, really kind of put the foot to the pedal and really gonna go after it.
Well, the other thing too, I always, and the older I get, I think about this more, maybe more clear. I think you may not be the champion, but at least you can put your head on the pillow knowing you tried like a champion. You tried your absolute best. You get, and if you don't have it, then you don't have it. You don't have what was needed in a circumstance, I guess, to rise to become the boss, the executive, whatever. But you tried, and that's the thing I know in my life, and a lot of people we talk to on this podcast and my tours. Failure has we probably have more, all of us have more in common through failure than we do through winning, because I'm sure if there was a podcast talk about your biggest failure. I mean, I bet you thousands of people would say, I failed like that too. Oh, yes, that happened to me. Yeah, I fell into the back of a garbage truck. And, yes, this happened. I fell off stage while I was singing drunk. So it happens. Failure had by the way, those are things that actually happened to me. So
yeah. Wow.
But anyways, Stacy, what's on your mind for Brian?
Brian, when I read your email, I was just inspired. You've been through some very tough things, and so any one of those things, you did name a few. I always like to hear about the event that, for any of our guests, I love to hear what was that thing that just had you down, like all the way down. You know what I'm saying? That all of a sudden a rocky quote, a rocky scene said, no, this is not going to crush me. What was the event and what was the rocky thing that kept you going?
It was a few years back. I've got a little girl. She turns 9 next month. But beforehand, we had tried before. And we went to the doctor for the 4-month checkup to see if it was a boy or girl.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to have this big reveal party, all kinds of fun things. So we went there, and the doctor's looking at a sonogram, and he just kind of goes, huh. And he walks off. And so I'm comforting my wife. I'm like, he probably just needs new equipment. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I have a special needs kid. No big deal. I'm going to love that kid like nobody else.
Right.
Well, he came back and said, well, your daughter is a girl, but she has something called Turner syndrome, which, to the best of my knowledge, if I remember, it's when one of the X chromosomes is either not present or not quite fully developed. And most of those pregnancies kind of self-terminate in the womb.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's where we were. Oh. So instead of going from, hey, it's a girl, it's a big party, it's now I have to deliver, or my wife, we have to deliver this little baby that we can't bring home.
Yeah.
And just to kind of go through that and realize, as a as a man, my job is to protect my wife and my kid. I couldn't do any of it. I just felt really helpless. And so, we came home, and you go home and you see a crib that's, at the time useless. You got the baby room and all this stuff. And then I had to start a new job on Monday. And so I'm trying to be good for my wife, and I was managing a gym at the time, and I had to try to be there for my staff. And it was just really, really tough. And it's okay to agree, but there was a why. I just can't get over it. And I remember just laying down one day and just sitting there, like, God, what am I going to do? And all of a sudden, literally just like that, I just heard this, get up.
Right.
And I stood up, and I hadn't been thinking of the Rocky movies in a while, but it just, all the best images started coming back. Get up, do something, which one more. And it was almost like all the characters was Apollo, Mick, Duke, Adrian was like kind of hold me up in the corner and say, you can be upset and you can grieve, but you're going to do it on your feet. And that's fine. You're going to stand up, you can grieve, but now it's time to get up and fight and just kind of walk through. You can do all these things, but you're going to do it standing up. Mm-hmm. And it's just one of those things where no matter what I was going through, this movie, this character has always just popped up. At the right time, no matter what. And I've had great family, friends. If I can call them up at 2:00 in the morning, they'd be there. But sometimes it's not realistic. But with him, all I got to do is push play. Whether it's on my phone, and he's there. He's always there, just at the right time. And it's just funny how he just, no matter what happens, it just, it just clicks. And it just, people just always ask me, they kind of tease me like, oh, you're just a big Rocky fan. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of my North Star. That character's got me through a lot of stuff. And everybody goes through all these different things and things like that. I'm not different than anybody else, but that's just the one thing that I just remembered. It was just, I was still sad. I was still going through it, but I'm like, I'm on my feet. It's going fine.
And ultimately, I think that's one of the greatest takeaways from the series, to be on your feet, going through everything. Everybody's going to go through it, but a lot of times people are in the fetal position, and that's it. They can't do it. And it's not that I think it's a funny thing, but I think it's an ironic thing. a lot of those people, they've never seen Rocky. I'm telling you, the philosophies of Rocky can carry us through so much in life. I swear to God, it can.
Yeah.
It really can. And you know, Brian, you're living proof. You really are. Do you have let's say you want to see Rocky, right? But you don't have time to sit through a movie or all of them like I do daily. What do you have like a go-to moment? Like is it round 14? Is it the it ain't about how hard you hit? What moment do you go to if you need a quick jolt?
Man, the first Rocky is definitely round 14, where everybody's just saying stay down, stay down. It's you've outdone anything that's you're good.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm not done yet. I still got I still got some stuff. And then really, any movie, any scene with Duke, the way Tony Burton acted, all the lines that he delivered, I mean, you never felt like he was acting. You almost felt like you were just
I know.
Just the hair on my neck, just
He
was talking to Apollo.
Duke was great.
Love Duke.
He was talking to Rocky. I mean, you cut him, you hurt him. He's not a machine. He's a man. And that was that's the one thing in Rocky 5 I really missed him. I felt like he was kind of in and out in a second. I was kind of like, I really missed him that.
Yeah.
Are the directors? Oh, Rocky 5.
Rocky 5.
Yeah. In the beginning, yeah. That was. I would like to. I'd always like to see more of Duke. As a matter of fact, the other day I was flipping around and The Shining was on, and I forgot he was the cat driver. I completely forgot he was down at the shed. Down at the bar at the bottom of the before going up all the way, he was the guy. And I forgot about that. I go, Duke.
That's weird.
Duke.
What a weird setting to see him in.
It was.
He was in the he was in The Toy with Richard Pryor too.
Yeah. He's in a lot of movies.
You know what? And the same sort of thing. I'm like, that's Duke. I didn't know his character's name in The Toy, but that was Duke.
It sure was.
Brian,
it sure was.
Did you say you work at a gym or run a gym? What do you?
I'm a personal trainer, so I've been doing this for about 25 years. And so I've worked at different gyms in and around Austin, and now I live in Dallas, but now I'm working at another gym. But I love it, and again, it's one of those things where it got me into fitness. It got me where it's a position where I can do something to help others. I can try to motivate people,
right?
And kind of they can change yourself, and it's like I said, this movie, this character is giving me so much. I mean, it's really just.
Did you have to pull on Rocky to get those Rocky moments during COVID, since you're a personal trainer?
Yeah.
I did, because we had to get shut down for 2 months, and that was tough. I hadn't been not working since I was 16. I mean, so it was tough. And my wife, she kept asking. She's like, I love you, but I need you to get out of this house. When can you go back? When can you go back to work? So you look like a caged tiger. And I'm like, I'll go back tomorrow. Yeah. But then going back and then just trying to encourage people to come back, but also having to try to be respectful of if they're, some people are just a little bit hesitant and things like that. But again, it was the same thing as like, this is just temporary. This is a minor speed bump. Just keep, just keep
moving forward.
Yeah.
That's just one step at even if it's an inch.
Yeah.
You just
one
keep
step
moving.
at a time, one punch at a time. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got it.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, earlier, Tim showed us some of his, he had a couple of Sly magazines that if anybody worth their salt and weight. What's that saying, Stacy? I just majorly screwed that up.
Anyone worth their weight in gold?
Gold.
Yeah. Salt. Yeah. Anybody worth their, what's that? What's the thing with the salt? There's a thing with the salt. Anyone worth their salt?
I know 2 cents. You're 2
I think
cents.
it's anywhere
worth their weight in gold.
Not worth a lick of salt, isn't that? Is that the one you're going for?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe
somewhere in there.
Anyways, I think any fan worth their weight in Rocky fanship knows about the Sly magazines, and like I said, Tim had gone over those, which is a great walk down memory lane. Brian, how long have you been collecting, and do you have anything that's really unique that you love going through?
I had all the magazines. They are. I mean, I wore them out. I think they pretty much
really.
I've watched them.
Tissue paper.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I started when I was 13 collecting the Rocky IV magazine that Tim held up. I had a bunch of other stuff, and I just over there's with its T-shirts, movies, everything. My wife actually got me this huge blanket. I probably can't.
Oh,
but it is.
Wow.
I mean,
I'm so jealous.
It is.
Look at that. That's nice.
I don't know how she is, but I sleep in it and I am wrapped in greatness when I go to sleep. Every night.
I love that, wrapped in greatness. Where
you
did
should
she get that? Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She got that for me. And my jaw just literally hit the floor.
Yeah.
I don't collect a lot of stuff because I know she's gonna do it for me. Even my wedding ring on the inside is etched. You ain't never getting rid of me.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
So,
oh my God.
So I got her.
Nice.
She hadn't watched Rocky before she and I met. And
you kept dating her?
I said, this is your chance. I said, I got to fix this. So we watched the first one.
Wow.
It was right when Balboa was going to come out.
Yeah.
We watched the first one, and then she's like, well, I want to watch the second one. And so we watched the second one, which is her favorite because he wins and they get married.
Ah.
The only one she doesn't like, she's not a fan of 5. And she doesn't call it Rocky 5. She's like, is that the Tommy Gunn one? I'm like, yes.
Oh.
I don't like I don't like that one, but she likes all the other ones. But yeah.
Nice. You ought to take a picture of yourself like how Rocky has the American flag draped over him.
Yeah,
you should take that blanket,
with the blanket.
Yes.
drape it over you, and just hold
post
and
it.
you should post that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wear your favorite Rocky shirt, no shirt, boxing gloves, whatever you want to do. And just
Yeah, because I need promo pics anyway for when I post all this. So you need to send me some pics of you and with that.
That'd be awesome.
That'll definitely work.
Consider it done. That's
and then I need an email from your wife with the exact company that she bought that from.
for the blanket.
Yeah.
That's great.
I have a Valentine's gift.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I have a feeling he's going to wreck the internet with this one. It's going to be,
Could be.
as the kids will say, it's off the hook.
It's off the hook.
Off the hook.
Now, as a trainer, when you go through that montage, are there things you look at and you go, "Oh God, that's not going to happen," or do you say, that's kind of accurate? Yeah, we've incorporated that over the years.
No, I've tried to do almost pretty much single thing that he's done, and to some degree of success and more degree of failure. But it's definitely raises the bar. But it's entertaining, but it's something to kind of when you're getting tired, you don't feel like doing it anymore. It just pops in his head. I'm like, he did it. He can do it. No pain, keep moving.
How about that? What is it called? The dragon flag?
Oh yeah. He's got the legs.
And he got the
legs.
Oh,
yeah.
I did that. I did 2 reps of those, and then my abs just said, "Don't do
that
another."
again."
That again.
So I was like, "God, that's
Brian, I had the same problem about 8 years ago. We were filming The Pretender. Toscano said to me, "Hey, Mike, just get on your gym, work out a little bit. We'll get a little footage of you doing that." So I'm doing this, doing that, listening to the music, and I said, "Why don't I try doing those dragonfly lifts?" Yeah, first time ever I tried doing them. I did about 5 or 6 of them that looked really good, and then several things in my body broke at the same time, and it was like a collapsing of a snapping of twigs, and it was like real brittle bark, and I haven't done it since.
When I come walking across my house in the morning, my daughter, she says, "Daddy, you sound crunchy."
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Crunchy.
I know. I feel that too. And you're going into the 50 club, which is it's a prestigious club. But my parents are in their mid 70s, and I know they got aches and pains, but they very rarely complain about it. I mean, after about 7 or 8 hours, like I go in and have my dad do the Christmas decorations, hands, knees, whatever. He's like, "Oh, okay, Mike, you got to finish doing it," and say, "No problem." But like every time I get up, like out of the chair, I'm like, "Oh, you make the old man sounds," and my father doesn't even make those sounds. So I'm thinking he's going to be 77, 76, 77. He's going to be, and I'm like, I'm making them now at 53. What am I going to sound like? I'm going to be like a pretzel, like all twisted. I don't know, man.
If you get older, you just learn how to make those sounds just quieter. I think.
Right.
I think that's the skill where you just learn how to be less obtrusive, maybe about it. I don't know.
Right.
I'll find out.
It's funny because I remember when I saw the I took my brother-in-law to see the director's cut of Rocky IV in the theater.
Oh,
nice.
okay.
And I said, the first time I saw this in the theater, I was 13. I had acne and my voice was changing. I said, now I got bad knees and an enlarged prostate. So this may be a little different.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Hey, Tim, listen, before we boot
Yeah.
Brian out of here, you got anything you want to ask him or run by him?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I just want to say, Brian, you have been a phenomenal guest. Your story, I read your story. It's heartbreaking with your daughter, but it's also inspiring for you to put yourself out there to tell people your story. You don't realize how much you're helping people. And like you said, Rocky got you through this, and he said, life is hard, but you're going to do this standing up. And he said, you go to Mickey and he says, get up, you son of a bitch. I didn't hear any bell. So I think that, we all have to deal with issues in life that we're not prepared for. Unfortunately, for your story, it was sooner than you ever wanted it.
Yeah.
But to continue on, I think it's phenomenal. I think what you're doing is, anybody has a story, but if they put it out there like you did, my hat's off to you, my friend. I think it's just phenomenal. You look like you are the spirit of Rocky. I wouldn't want to mess with you, I tell you that much.
I wouldn't want to owe him $5. I'll tell you
I
that.
think you are a machine. I remember the Drago in Rocky V, and he says he's like a piece of iron, and you are like a piece of iron, my friend. So
I appreciate it.
Kudos to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wow.
Stace.
Well, I can't say it better than that. He really just captured everything that I'm feeling. I was, and there are several things from your story, but you're definitely made of tough stuff, and to know that Rocky was part of getting you there is exactly what we want here. So you were a very easy pick as a guest, and you did such a very nice job.
Yeah, easy pick.
Yeah, and I the only other question I have for you is, do you play Rocky music in your gym?
Good question.
Boy, I try to. They usually try to keep it, kind of that dance, that fast.
Yeah.
But ironically, today was 80s day, and they played "Eye of the Tiger," and
Nice.
I was about ready to start doing push-ups with my client. It was. If
Do you ever?
It's in my head. That's
Do you ever walk around the gym when they're playing like today's music and like bent over? You kids today with your loud music. Back in my day, I tell you. I do that now.
I was thinking he'd be like Paulie saying he can't train to the jungle junk music.
Right.
Let's get some Rocky music going here.
Exactly.
Every day. But I'm walking with one of my Rocky t-shirts, walking around working out. So
God,
nice.
Stace, do me a favor.
Yes.
So Brian, at the end of every before we let our guests go, I always like to ask them a question. But we're doing this new thing where I like to play this little video to get you in the mood first. So I want you to watch this video for a second. It's only like 20 seconds, and then tell me what you would say. All right, go ahead, hit it, Stace.
Here we go.
Brian, 30 seconds in an elevator with Sylvester Stallone. What do you say to him?
It's happening.
Whatever it is, I apologize. Whatever you're upset for, I'm sure it was an accident. I honestly, I would just, again, it's kind of the same answer, but I would just say thank you. I said, thank you for giving me motivation when I didn't have any. Thank you for giving me a friend when I thought I was alone as a kid. And just thank you for putting so much of your character over these years, or you allowed us to kind of grow up with you and with Rocky, to continue just to keep that good, positive message with so much junk in the world. You've been the one constant source of positive energy for me, and you've literally just changed my life. And I just honestly can't thank you enough.
Beautiful. Well said, sir. Well said.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Now, Brian, listen, we're going to let you go. Before we do, I have one last question.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I just one quick. This
Right
is
on the money.
This is a fast one. So, we never know between me, Anthony, and Stacy when something's going to come up in our lives that, you know, we don't like missing weeks. So, I'm just going to put it out there. At some point down the road, would you like to be a guest host down the road, just to kind of do Tim's raised the bar a little bit here, so you're going to have to kind of follow that lead. But would you be interested in something like that down the road?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian, thank you so very much. My best to your
Yeah.
family. And what do we always say? Keep punching. Yo. See you, my friend. Take care,
Bye,
Brian. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
See you, Brian.
Bye.
I'll tell you what.
Wow.
He gets my vote for best jawline of all guests.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
He's got like a superhero jawline, right?
Yeah.
And if he
Nice.
doesn't get it, he'll probably knock you out.
That's true. It doesn't take much. I'm
No.
telling you. I'm telling you. My 3.5-year-old nephew can knock me out.
Yeah,
Granddad can knock me out.
I
so.
tell you, I think he'd be a great co-host because if it came down to him and I, he'd probably just punch me and I'd be, yo, Brian, you're in.
You know, we're always looking for something just a little bit different and just to change it up. And so whenever Anthony can't make it in, it's nice to have a couple of backups because if something happens with you, Tim, maybe you can't, maybe your shift gets changed or something, or one of our other guys, Tony C, can't make it, or Tony D or whatever. So for me, I like having a full bench of backups because you never know. And I think even though we haven't set the world's record for most followers on a podcast, but I think the followers we have do miss us when we're not.
Well, it's gaining momentum, I tell you.
It is
gaining momentum.
Nice.
So
it really is. It really is. Now, listen, Stace, before we wrap this up and we go soak in a hot tub and soak our brittle, broken bones, listen, is there anything else we want to capture or talk about before we go?
Yeah, so actually what you were saying, I did send out a group today asking for co-hosts, for guest co-hosts.
Nice.
Yeah. So and it's nice to have, like you said, a group of folks. You were on it, Tim, Tony C, Lorenzo, a bunch of people are on it. Yeah. Sometimes we're recording in the morning. Like remember with I'm sorry, Reminder. We had to record at 9 a.m. to make up for the time difference. So, you know, I have, if some guest co-hosts can record it in the morning, we'll call them, say one of us can't make it, or afternoon or evening. So now I have a list of co-hosts available morning, middle, afternoon, and evening. So we're covered by about 6 or 7 people. So that's nice.
Well, I'm going to drive up to Toronto. I'm going to see if I can help Anthony out a little bit so he can be back on the show because
back here.
We love him.
I
can hold the wrenches for him or something. Maybe, I don't know, but get him back. Okay, we miss Anthony.
My plugs of the week, of course, is Mentel. I want to show off my t-shirt. This is a Mentel t-shirt. They come in
very nice.
Nice.
And so if you go to, I'm always backwards, mentelclothing.com, they have a bunch of different colored t-shirts. I have a beanie. I should have grabbed it. It's in my kitchen. There's a little beanie with a gorilla on it. And that is my new winter hat because I'm freezing, even if it's not Canada. And so that, and then of course, like I said, this little book, when we get this book, I encourage people to go look at this on Amazon. It was only like $6.50. It's like really cheap. So it's just a fun little thing to have. You know, it's sharpened all the little details that, you know.
Stump the mic. It's
I knew about 34% in that book. So there's a lot of small things. I mean, my brain I can only hold so much.
Right.
So yeah, it's like imagine a loaf of bread being stuffed with every conceivable piece of bread. It's just bursting at the seams. There's no more room. I can't remember anything else. So you'll get me.
Right.
You'll get me.
I think I'd like to take my shot at Stump the Mic because, like you said, we do have a great cast of co-hosts and anybody can fill in. So I'd like to ask Mike a question and see if he brought his A game this week.
Okay. Listen, I don't have the Tim, thanks so much, but we're out of time. See you, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Tim. I'm in control.
That's it.
You're not going anywhere.
That's it. Good thing that Stacy's got the mute button.
I got the controls.
She's in charge.
I got the.
So we all know in Rocky IV, Bridget Nielsen
Yeah.
at the time was married to Sly.
Mm.
In Rocky 3, one of his wife was in the movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rocky Balboa. Who was in Rocky Balboa? That we may
Jennifer
know.
Flavin was at the top of the steps,
Yeah.
jumping around.
That's right.
Also, his children were at the top of the steps.
That's right. But that's not my question for you.
What's your question?
Who was in the question in Rocky 5? It was Rocky 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who was in the ring beside Tommy Gunn?
So
The ring girls.
So Jennifer Flavin was one of the side girl.
The
Ring
girl. Yeah.
Yeah, she was along the 5 of them. The one girl that was with Tommy Gunn, she
Yeah.
was part of that little entourage.
Yeah. And who was the other girl beside Jennifer?
The girl that Tommy Gunn was dating?
No, not the girl that she was dating. The other ring girl with Jennifer. Do you remember her?
I can't tell you. I don't think so. I don't recall seeing anyone else.
It was Jennifer's sister.
Oh, that's cool. Oh my god.
So you go back.
I'll have to go back and
check it out, my friend.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and check it out.
I think you may owe me a beer on the tour when I come to Philly.
I think I can't recall if that was her. It might. I honestly I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even know it was Jennifer. So you got me twice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now, how do you know that it's Jennifer's sister?
Google.
Google.
Oh, yeah, but Google's not always right.
No, but I do believe that I watched it on behind the scenes.
Okay.
So you check it out, and we'll see who's right. And then
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I never heard that.
I believe it's Jennifer's sister.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
before we get out of here, what I want to do is I want to give 2 shout outs. One to our buddy Lorenzo, who was just on an interview on Saturday night. And as he said, he was on the set of Creed 2.
Yeah.
He is Sly's friend from Philly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, come on. He said he's going to put that on his tombstone. He's a great guy. The other shout out I want to give is to Roz.
Yes.
Roz has been on the Rocky Files. She's phenomenal.
Mm.
She's a great guest. She's got her own YouTube channel. Follow Roz because she is preparing for more half marathons. She said the other day she ran 6.5 miles.
Wow.
I don't even know if I could drive 6.5 miles anymore without taking a break. So
I know.
My hat's off to you, Roz. So
yeah, she's amazing. I love Roz.
yeah, but this was great to hang with you guys again. Thanks so much. I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Don't you have an idea coming up with you and Tony D?
Yeah, so Tony D, who's another Rocky Files alum, you can follow him on Instagram, the Italian Philly Jabroni. Sounds like a damn monster movie, right?
Yeah.
But Tony and I have been messaging back and forth, and we kind of threw out the idea that we might do a live on Instagram. I told this to Stacy. She thought, yeah, this is a good idea.
Fun, yeah.
So we're probably going to call it Timmy and Tony, 2 jabronis.
Nice.
Right?
Love that.
And
Nice.
so Tony has the same barber I do. We don't have Mike's rocky hair anymore, or Rambo hair as we saw. We might even call it 2 jabronis with not a hair-oni. So tune in.
That's going to be
Stay tuned,
epic.
my friends. Stay tuned, my friends.
We're
to
gonna
Instagram.
post it. When you say it's going, you tell me the
Yeah.
time and date, and we'll post.
Tony's
it.
gonna watch this and think he just threw me under the bus. I'm not ready for this, but no, it's you know what? It's just gonna be fun. We're probably gonna get 1 follower, but we're gonna do it anyways.
It goes up. You have 3, and then you have 10, and then you have 9, and then you have 20.
I'll tell you what.
Fluctuates.
You know what you should do? You really want to drive up some competition. I would do it at the same time as the Super Bowl. Let's see who gets more followers, the Super Bowl or you guys, because I think you guys might pull it in. Oh, we lost them.
Oh no!
That's all right. That's all right. Because you know what, Stacy? We're just about ready to get out of here, our darn selves.
You do your plugs, and we'll call it a night.
Yeah. So listen, if you guys are bored, you got nothing to do, go over to TikTok, and you can find me at TikTok Rocky. TICK.
CK.
Oh, yeah, TICK. TikTok Rocky, because the other TikTok normal way is taken. And they're I have a little book called the Cue the Rocky Music, and of course my tours, the Yo Philly Rocky Film Tour, which you can find me on Instagram. So,
Awesome.
thank you all so much.
There he is. Well,
there he is.
I'm back. We're like, it gets
back
crazy.
just to say goodbye.
Back to say goodbye. This is the stuff that's going to be happening when we go live. You never know what's happening.
You never know.
It's going to be great. You guys will probably get like UFOs and ghosts and unicorns and elves. I can't wait. It's going to be epic. It really is. All right, guys, I'm going to go. You guys take care. Stace, I will see you next week. Tim, I will see you when I see you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Keep
punching.
Punching. Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye.